Hey everyone, welcome to the latest Build to Give live stream. My name is Chris, and today I'm going to show you how to start building your own Lego holiday ornaments. Now, the holidays are a wonderful time of the year, but unfortunately for some children, it doesn't bring the same excitement. You can help us by building your own ornaments, taking a picture of them, and posting them to social media with the hashtag Build to Give. Now, what I'm going to do right now is jump into some of the builds. When you're building an ornament, one of the most important things is the internal structure, because ideally what you want to do is build on all surfaces. So there are many different ways of doing this now, but one of the best parts that you can use is this part here. It's a 1x1 brick that has studs on two neighboring sides. Now, if you can find 8 of those, that's great. So I'm just going to build something here onto a 2x2 plate. You can see I've just started. So I'm going to put another 3 on this plate. So you can see what I've done here is to actually put the studs out all directions. And now I'm going to cap it with a colored 2x2 green plate. So I've done one of these. Now I need to make up another one quickly, because ideally we need 2 of it. So again, grabbing those 1x1 bricks with the 2 studs on adjacent sides. Getting those together. And then I just need to find a part here. And here we go. Another 2x2 round plate on the top, like that. So now we have 2 of these. Now, before we start using those, we have to start building the sides. One of my favorite parts to use for building the sides of an ornament is this plate. Rather, it is an inverted slope with a cutout. They're fairly common. They're in a couple of different colors. I have yellow here and also white. And if you have 4 of them, you can start building on them. So I'm going to build up an ornament right now. First thing, taking a 1x4 bow, putting that on there. I'm going to grab another one here. So I have bows on either side. Now I'm going to take, let's see what I got here. Here, a white 2x4 plate. And I have some of these nifty little quarter circle tiles. And sorry, I'll show you just in a minute what I've done. So now I have done these with green quarter circle tiles. They kind of look like leaves, right? Well, next step, I'm going to add 2 of these. So we can make little holly motif. Now, I'm going to put that on here. So now that I've done one, I'm going to take this and with the 2x2 round green plate upright, connect it to this end. But here's where we get a little tricky. Now what we're going to do is take the other one and point it in the other direction. So it looks like this. Now, to save time, I built up the other 4. So I will just pop them on at the moment. And just a reminder, we are making decorations for a tree. And we'll get into some specifics of that a little bit later. So now we have a nice round ornament and a little holly bit here. And just to keep in mind that you don't have to follow these exactly. You can do whatever you want with whatever parts you have on hand. The important thing here is that you use your imagination and you have fun. So just to continue with this, I'm going to take a 6x6 round dish. And this is what the green 2x2 round plate connects to, right here. So now we've capped it at one end. And I'm going to grab another one here. So now I've given it a nice surface at the top and the bottom. And I'm going to dress up the bottom right now. I'm using one of these round 2x2 jumper plates. And I'm going to put a little cap here. And at the top, I'm going to put a round 2x2 plate. But this time I'm using red. And now the most important thing is to add some way to hang it from the tree. The most common piece used is this. It is a 2x2 plate with an eye. So I've added that at the top. And then at this point, you can either run a string through it, or you can use one of the metal hooks. And that way you can just kind of have a way of placing it directly on your tree. Now, since these can be a little bit hard to find, there are other options. For example, if you have two 1x2 Technic bricks, you could put those on the top and run a string through those. And there is a bit of a newer part, somewhat new, I guess, a round brick with Technic holes on the side. And the Technic holes run right through. I can see right through that. So you can put this on the top instead and run a string through it. And that will allow you to hang it from your tree. There are a couple of different options that you have for hanging the ornament from the tree. These are good because they have 4 points of clutch. But you can use a couple of other techniques, and I'll show you one right now. Here is a different type of ornament. It's blue, it's a little fancier, and the way I've capped it at the top and the bottom, it has a 1x1 round plate with a hole through it, and that hole cascades down through the dishes. And you can use one of these things if you have them. You'll find them in our little tool sets, but you can pop that right into the top and push it down. And that's a nice snug connection. And you can use that with a metal hook or with a string to hang it from the tree. If you've just joined the live stream, welcome. This is Build to Give, and we are building ornaments today in order to, with the aim of helping less fortunate children. And what we need you to do is build your own ornaments, take photos of them, and post them to social media with the hashtag Build to Give. And then we will donate one Lego set on your behalf. So I'm going to jump back into the build right now. Earlier, I talked about how the internal structure is really important. There are different ways of doing it, and I'm going to show you one other method right now. We have these lovely new parts that you'll find in Super Mario sets that have studs on many of the sides. So just like what we did when I made the first ornament, I can take this and put it on a 2x2 plate. This time, I'm going to use just 2. Do the exact same thing again. So here we go. And now I'm going to build a similar style ornament that looks quite a bit different. So in this case, I'm going to grab this inverted slope with the cutout. I'm going to take one of these, well, actually two of these, 1x2 cheese slopes. I'm going to put them pointed in on this little surface. So you can see I pointed them in. Now I'm going to take a 4x4 plate and just stick that right on the top. And you can see the way that the green cheese slopes fill in that space. I'm going to take some roof tiles like this. This has one point on it. It's quite an interesting little piece, great for detailing. Put two of these back to back in the middle, like that. And then I'm going to take one of my favorite new parts, the triangle tile. Put this all around the sides. So there's a fun little geometric shape. Now, with these that we took earlier, we're going to do the same type of thing. Take one, but the trick here is we're going to actually leave the top part out. One height. You see one brick height there, almost. And do the same thing at the bottom. So again, back to front. So the studs are facing upright on this side, and the studs are facing upright on this side. And again, I have made up other ones so that we can move ahead with this process a little bit. So there, we have one on each side, and I'm mixing it up a bit. I'm going to use red ones in between. So now we have the structure and this little bit of surface that's on the top. And right now I'm going to plug in some more of those 1x2 cheese slopes, just to give it kind of a little kind of flare at the end. So just like that. And I'll do the same thing on the bottom. And so once I've done this, I can now cap it. I'm going to actually use a tile, 1x2 tile at the bottom. Sorry, 2x2 tile, pardon me. 2x2 plate at the top. And then one of these pieces to cap it off and allow you to hang it from the tree. So this is a very fun geometric look. So I'll set that one aside right now. And I think with that format, I have a couple of other examples here of how you can play around with it and just do whatever you want. Here's the string in place for something, just lots of color, lots of fun into it, and you can hang that right on the tree. Here's another one that I've created that's meant to look just like a little present. And again, all of these use a similar internal structure that is just, either these great new pieces back to back, or an array of these 1x1 bricks with the two front-facing studs on adjacent sides. If you've just joined us, welcome to the Build to Give live stream. We are building holiday ornaments today, and we're doing it for a great cause. If you build your own ornaments and you take a photo of them and post it to social media with the hashtag #BuildToGive, we will donate one Lego set in your name. Or rather, on your behalf. I should clarify that. Okay, so moving on to a couple of other things. You don't need to stick with square or round like this. You can actually mix this up and do completely different things. Just use your imagination. Have fun with it. So I'm going to take these yellow parts again. I'm going to make 2 of these. I'm going to actually cap this first. And I'll make 2 of these. Oh. See, I've run out of one color. I'm going to have to use another color here. That's part of the fun of having a limited number of bricks. It forces you to improvise. So, I've got one and another right here. Now, I'm going to take a 2x10 teal plate. And I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to use some tiles just to make a little bit of a snowy feeling here. So that's one. Just like before, stick these on with the ends kind of studs facing up at this end and facing up at this end. And now I'll just build a couple more sides here. I'm just using 2x2 round tiles and 1x1 round tiles for this. So not doing anything particularly fancy with this, but one of the great things about building on something this large, you're building on a large surface and you can really put anything you want on it. If you have cookie tiles, or if you have slopes or rounded bows, just use your imagination and build something really fun. So let me just keep this going here. I've got another one. And here we go. It's a funny little ornament, but it's neat. It's my own creation, and I think it'd be fun to put something like that on the tree. So again, with these methods of putting the structure internally, it really is kind of a canvas for you to just do whatever you want. Don't feel constrained necessarily by what you see me doing. Use your imagination. Have fun. That is really the most important thing. And as part of that, can you let me know where you guys are from? And also, if you are building along with me right now. I'm going to show you a couple more examples here. So this was a very large size one. We can make really fun small ornaments as well. So starting with a 2x2 white plate, again, I'm going to actually use a different type of brick in the center. So this is very similar to the one that we had before, but this one doesn't have the studs on the other sides. That doesn't mean that you can't use it. You just have to stack them. So here's 2 on one 2x2 white plate, and I'm going to put another one on. And it's best to actually make sure that they're not along the same plane. So lock it down here. And there. And put a white 2x2 plate on the top. So this allows you to make really fun little small ornaments. Let's see, what colors should I take? Got lots of colors here. Let's take lime green. And I'll put one on either side. And just a friendly hello to Hannah from Korea and Animated Films, who is watching from Denmark. and building along as well. Let's see, what else can I put in here? How about I have 2 of these. This is a fun color combo. Some coral on the side. And now, you don't have a lot of surface area here, but you can have fun with it. So if you have some of these 2x2 plates with a single stud, or what we call a 2x2 round jumper, you can put those in the middle, all around the sides. Let me see, gonna make sure I have enough here. Need one more, got it. Okay. So I'm gonna put lime green 1x1 tile, round tile there, and another on the other side. And then, what can I do in the other space? Let's put some, mix it up with some medium azure. So these are fun little ornaments, and all we have to do to get it ready for the tree, boom, oops. These are actually quite nice in that they're lightweight, so you can put them on branches that maybe won't support as much weight. Let me see, I did make up another one earlier here, as you can see. And now, with all the bricks that you have, you should be able to come up with something super fun. I'm going to show you some wild variations that I came up with earlier today. So here is one. This is 6 bricks long, using the same type of internal structure. Here is, oh, this one's fun. This idea is actually striping, really candy cane-like. And I have one other silly one. This one I actually left open in the middle. So I hope that this has given you some inspiration and that you will have loads of fun building your own holiday ornaments. But remember, very important, if you build an ornament, please take a photo of it and post it to social media with the hashtag #BuildToGive. And then we will donate a Lego set on your behalf. I think we're ready to wrap up the stream now, but very, very happy to have been here and shown you guys some tips for ornaments. I hope you guys feel inspired and that you've had a lot of fun. And especially, I hope you have a happy holiday. Take care.